All right, guys, welcome back to another interview here on Toned In Entertainment. Today I'm joined with Gomez from GCW Generation Championship Wrestling. Today's March 24th, 2020. Now, Gomez, when I saw you in February back at the Chocolate Festival, 6 weeks ago? It was much different times, wasn't it?
Yeah, 6 weeks. It's good times.
Right?
Chocolatey. It was awesome.
Chocolatey. We had chocolate, we had people, we had wrestling, we had...
Oh, yeah, dude. I love Chocolate Festival, man. I think that's the second time we've done that at Chocolate Festival, so it's always fun. We eat too much. A lot of us eat too much. But it's fun.
Right? I mean, that's what a lot of the wrestlers I was talking to, they were like just trying to get their match done so they could go like indulge themselves in some chocolate that day.
Dude, I do food festivals for a living too on the side, as well as music festivals. I mean, that's what I did before I got into wrestling, was big festivals. So we tend to do a lot of our wrestling shows at festivals, just because. I mean, why not? Man, we always eat so much when we're there, dude. Whatever. They can do it, I can't. I'm not the, they have muscles, they burn that shit off. I'm the one that gets huge.
Well, you and me both. I always tell people I put on the calories as I'm watching them eat at the concession stand.
Yeah. I gotta be around people in shape all day looking like I do freaking better shit. It's great. It's good stuff.
Right?
How you been?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I mean, all things considered, we're just living day by day right now and just hoping to get this whole corona thing out of the way and just kind of get back to normal life, right?
Tell me about it, man. It's getting weird in Tampa. It's getting really weird in Tampa.
What's going on in Tampa? Because I'm in Miami, and
so the mayor, Jane Castor, wants to close it down, make us do the stay-at-home order, right? She's all about it. Like, she wants it. Like, she's said it for 3 days now. But the county doesn't want the stay-at-home order. So they're like literally on Facebook, like, Jane says stay at home, like the mayor says stay at home, and then the city's putting out official press releases that the stay at home order is in no way real and don't worry about it and stuff like that. So it's like we're all gonna get put on lockdown, bro. It's fantastic. It's really weird. What's funny is I live in Tampa, but I live outside of the city of Tampa, like by a mile.
Okay.
So, like, I don't know what to think. Like, okay, if they put us on lockdown, am I on lockdown? Like, business, it's just weird, man. It's getting really weird. I'm 40. I'm almost 41 next month. I've been doing events like large-scale events for like 11 years now, almost. And before that, I was in music and other things. Like, I've never had to deal with this ever. It's weird. It's just weird.
Right. It's just a bizarre time. I mean, I'm out and about every day. Luckily, I'm blessed to have a job that keeps me out and about and, doing things. And it's just weird to actually, like, travel and be home in, like, 12 minutes now versus, like, a half an hour at night. And it just feels abandoned out there.
I was driving around today, and there's just, like, Dale Mabry's our main road in Tampa. Like, there's traffic on it, but not, like, there's traffic. I equate it to, like, man, maybe in the 80s, this is what it looked like on this road, but now it's, it should be like at a standstill. It's weird. It's like a flash in the past. Really weird. I've had to deal with hurricanes and tornadoes, typical Floridian crap, lightning, but I've never had to deal with pandemic.
Right. I know when we usually prepare for hurricanes, it's like, we go to Home Depot, we get some stuff, we get some water, we get some tuna.
Then we go do events anyways, or do whatever we normally do any damn ways. Just in case. We'll put it up during the hurricane. It'll be fine.
Right, because we've always got that window of time. Like, okay, well, it's not coming Saturday till 5 p.m., so we can get it in by noon.
Got it.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. And speaking of weird, I mean, next week, you guys are supposed to have that big 30... Oh, my God, I feel so sorry, man. I know... I can only imagine how much time and work went into that big 32-hour, 2-day event.
Yeah.
I mean, how disheartening was that?
You know what? It's not. I'm not so much disheartened about it because, again, I've been doing events for years, man. It happens, dude. It happens. I mean, there's no way we could have ever expected that's gonna happen, but it does happen. So, I mean, I'm more disheartened for the fact that, like, dude, my books worked their ass off on this one, man. My books had GOD coming, and GOD had permission from New Japan, to say they were from New Japan and talk about the belts and stuff like that. I get to meet I'm going to mark out a little bit. I was going to get to meet Tajiri, and I'm almost 41, so I grew up watching ECW. So to me, I was about to get to meet Yoshihiro Tajiri, Tajiri, like from not just WWE, like this dude that I've been watching. He was wearing the little blue baby trunks. It's like man, there was a lot of good matches, dude. Game Changer had a great card. WrestleCade had a great card. Mania had a great card. But to me, like after that, like maybe even before a couple of them, like we had a really good card. And that's saying a lot because we've only been around for like a year and a half. So our books, Eddie Torres and Jay Rios, they worked their butts off. And that's only, I only mentioned 2 people. I might have had a little to do myself outside the books with getting A-Rai to come back a little bit, I like to think.
Okay.
I've been badgering him for about 6 months. But other than that, I mean, we had so many good matches and so many people, and like it's an undertaking, man. It happens. It just sucks that all those people didn't get to be under one roof. I really wanted to give all these other established companies like Game Changer and WrestleCade and me, I really wanted to give them a run for their money because I don't know, it's just a promoter in me, man. I wanted to show that we can hang with the big boys already. I mean, just being mentioned with them and around them and being one of the only companies other than them that have been doing their thing for a while to have a collective at the event and be running was cool. It was a very cool thing for our company and everybody that believed in it. That's the worst part, The other stuff, I guess we can rebook, and the matches we can run them back, as they say nowadays, and all that other stuff. But I really wanted just to show everybody that we can do it, and we weren't like fake GCW. So.
Is there any plans to try to kind of maybe recreate this either at a later time or even next year in LA or?
So the initial thing was, okay, check it. The initial thing was that, I'll say it now, we were going to do this thing, and then here's another thing. Okay, first off, it wasn't just my idea in the first place. It wasn't just a GCW in the first place. I'll give credit where credit's due. It was a me and Mecha Wolf idea, first and foremost. And I met John Mecha Wolf. Mecha Wolf was on our first GCW show back in the day, and he's given us the respect to come to our shows since day one. He had this idea, and we had this idea to do a music and Viking and fire and wrestling show. So the plan was to do this one and then keep it going. And it's like, but now after this happens, you got to reevaluate because it's an eye opener. It's cool if it goes off and everything's hunky-dory, but what happens on that odd occasion, like that WrestleMania gets freaking canceled? Like, your company could be dead. A lot of companies aren't doing well, man. A lot of companies is killing it. I hope somehow, as a wrestling community, people realize, bear with them, don't kill them in refunds, don't, it's weird, man. You got to reevaluate. Do you want to do this thing, or do you want to go like AEW route and listen to Cody and be like, why are we riding WWE's coattails? I'm like, It's a lot to think about. It's a lot. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. Maybe we'll do something here in live stream. I don't even know yet. We're still, I guess, assessing the damages from this one. So, sucks.
Yeah.
Going out.
Speaking of damages, are you guys having any difficulty in collecting any type of money right now?
I'm not on. I wouldn't say it's difficulty yet.
Okay.
I'm on about my 5th or 6th email with my location. I'm not even going to throw their name out. Everybody knows our location anyway. They can look it up. Whatever. They said that they were doing, they're an event place. So they had a whole bunch of their own events to refund first, and they said they were getting the special events, and we're on the top of the list. That being said, it's been about 2 weeks. That's a long time. I mean, I know you got events, but again, I'm in the event business. It doesn't take that long, in my opinion. So, I'm being as patient as I can. Nobody's told us no refund yet. I just feel that, we rented one of the historic venues in Ybor City, man. That was almost $20,000 just from rental. And I think that it could be moving faster, especially when you're in Tampa and we could be on lockdown soon. That's a lot of money that I would like to be able to get back before we can't go pick up a check.
Right.
We can't go to the bank and deposit a check. I'm used to it. We have a business too, and we have a lot of people to refund as well. We've been refunding people since as soon as the the travel ban started. I think an hour after the travel ban went down, we had people from Germany, which is cool. Thank you for people from Germany coming to our show. Awesome. That sucks that now they can't come, but we already have refunds starting from that day, so we're processing. And again, we're not like WWE and WrestleCade, Game Changer, and all those people. We've only been doing this for a year and a half, so it's annoying handling it. We had 0 sponsors for our event at all. Like, I don't mind saying it, whatever. That's all. The whole event's been out of my pocket entirely. We didn't charge the other company. I don't know how the other companies did it, but our whole thing was we didn't charge the other companies on our show to be part of our show. We didn't charge them rent. They got to be on the show for free. All they had to do was pay their talent.
Okay.
So we foot the bill for all of that. They haven't said no yet. I just feel like maybe a specific place could be handling it in a more timely manner considering the situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and I hope they're not crazy enough that they would be like, oh no, we're keeping the money. I don't think they would. That just seems like horrible business. Because, you're dealing with us being a company that already trusted you and gave you all this money to come to an event. Wouldn't you rather hurry up with a refund and, we'll do business with you again? Down the road, that's a lot of money. You'll get money from us again if you're cool with us. The venue's beautiful. But, if you get to the point where you're starting to, pardon my language, dick around with us, and, it becomes like a problem. I'm pretty straightforward. I'd just rather things be easy. You know what I mean? So...
Yeah, you got to think long term in this situation because the short term it sucks for everybody. And I know I believe it was the Hilton Hotel. I could be wrong. The Marriott. You know where I'm talking about. That was giving WrestleCon a lot of trouble, and Chris Jericho retweeted it out.
He tagged the president.
Right.
Like in a tweet. Like best believe that around. I think it was email number 3 to my location. Was freaking the screenshots of all those tweets were part of my email to the location. I'm a promoter. I'm not stupid. I'm still like, guys, I told them, I was like, this is what's going on in Tampa. This is what already happened in Marriott. Maybe you should look at this. I'm basically telling them let's not have a repeat scenario of that because wrestling fans are very loyal to wrestling. And, I don't want it to become one of those social media things. At the same time, I'm not opposed to help. I've never been opposed to help, even though I wouldn't ask for it. Maybe I just did. I don't know.
Right, because I have to say I actually had tickets for WrestleCon. I've already got my refund for that. They were very good. Got the money back to us really quick, and I wasn't even worried about getting it back this week or next week. I was like, but I got it back within like 2 or 3 days of asking for a refund. All my other events that we had tickets for, we've got refunds for, and I feel so bad because there were so many great events, and we were going up there for at least 3 days, and it's just it is what it is. But we'll have another day.
A lot of good events, man. Again, I can say I was really stoked about ours, and I can say I don't pay attention to those other companies. Crap. Let's face it, man. I am still a wrestling fan. There was a lot of good events, even a lot of good events from the companies that I'm not supposed to be paying attention to.
Right.
So it sucks, man. It sucks for wrestling in general, man. Being from Tampa sucks for Tampa. Being a wrestling fan sucks for wrestling fans. Being a promoter sucks for all of us. Sucks. The worst part is, man, I'm friends with a lot of my talent. Other than that, we're all social media friends, talent all over the country, and that they're hurt. And it's not just the wrestlers, man. Like I said, I'm a promoter in other industries. I'm a promoter in food. My food truckers are hurting. My musicians are hurting. The comedians are hurting. Street performing. Entertainment in general is just sucking right now. It's bad. I feel horrible for a lot of the other companies. I feel horrible for the workers, man, because it's just bad, man. They already eat shit, and they already live on dimes, and they do it for everybody else's entertainment, and that's what they do. They put themselves out. They're not rich. Most of us aren't rich by any means, and that really sucks for them. I diversified a little. I'm not dead in the water because luckily I have other companies, and luckily I have some events that are, I'm not in a good position, but luckily I have a place that I see down the line that even if everything goes to zero hell, hopefully I'll be okay, maybe. But some people don't, man. It's bad. It's going to be a while before we work. So we were planning on doing an underground show on the 3rd of April, just live streamed. I don't even know how that's going with the stay-at-home orders and stuff now either. It might, and I hate to say this, it might end up emitting from my backyard. you know? At least we'll have good equipment. But it's just, I don't even know if I can go pick up a truck to transport the stuff. So, it's weird.
It is weird because it's like what's essential, what's not essential. It's city by city and town by town, and it'd be so much easier if they just made it a nationwide thing and everybody could be under the same rules. Because I know here in South Florida, it's a bit different too. Like Miami Beach is completely closed down. Most of South Florida is completely closed down, but there's some like spots in Broward that you're okay with. Like the city that's right next to me, you can't go to after midnight, but my city you can't. It's just bizarre.
Yeah, I mean, Tampa, we're over here in Tampa, we're in Tampa, Clearwater, and St. Petersburg. All three of them right now are conflicting everything, so it's like, cool. We'll just sit here. We'll just sit here and try to find toilet paper. That's what we'll do.
Yeah, I went to Walgreens today, no toilet paper at Walgreens.
Dude, I made a back alley toilet paper purchase today from one of my buddies. Like, literally pulled up behind his business. He has an aquariums place. It's okay, it's all legal. It's just funny. It's like he has an aquariums place and he thought ahead and he actually bought extra toilet paper for when his friends ran out of toilet paper. Cool as hell. So literally I'm pulling up to the back of the place and like behind him I'm like coming out the door with like a brown paper bag of toilet paper like out the back so nobody sees us. It's the damnedest thing, man.
Who would have thought like our New Year's resolution should be like stocking up on toilet paper for our house, right?
Yeah, seriously. I don't even know what to say about it. It's funny.
Yeah.
It's not funny, but it's funny.
It's right. It's not funny, but it's funny at the same time. Yeah.
To keep a sense of humor about the whole situation in the week, and yeah, wrestling's weird right now.
Yeah. Have you been in communication? I know you talked to some of your wrestlers personally. Like, I don't know. I've seen a couple of them that have wrestled for you that have posted like not only did they lose all their shows during Mania week and all their upcoming bookings, but they're also not working now for like 3 weeks and they're selling autographs online. I mean, is there anything that like fans of theirs can do to help them during this time if they have a little extra cash to spare?
Dude, make sure to go and try. I mean, merch is a big way to make sure that your favorite wrestler has a little bit of extra cash. You should try to buy some of their t-shirts. Go to like fullygimmick.com and buy their t-shirts, or go to Pro Wrestling Tees and buy their shirts. Make sure to interact with them on social media. Talk to your favorite wrestlers. Watch some of their stuff on YouTube. Just make sure that we're all not gonna have a lot of money regardless. Merch is good, but let's face it, none of us really get a lot of money from that unless you're buying tons of it. Thank you. But just make sure to stay in tune with your favorite wrestlers so that wrestling itself remains a relevant thing, so it just doesn't die off. Because like a lot of progress has been made in wrestling in like the last 2 years. Just keep it going. Reach out to them, talk to them, buy their stuff, tell your friends to buy their stuff, share their pages, stuff like that.
And definitely come out to the independent shows once they get back up and running.
Yeah, as soon as we're allowed to have people at the independent shows, that would be absolutely amazing. Like I said, if you bought tickets to Mania Week stuff and you can put off refunding it for a little while, or don't ask for a refund. It might keep a couple of your indie companies from going under, actually. I mean, we've been steadily giving refunds from DCW, for everybody, not just our show, but everybody else's show we've been refunding. But we're steadily going at it. But any little bit that people have been giving, and we've been getting messages too, you don't have to rush and refund. Anything like that is always cool. Thank you. I mean, large companies could use the help right now. So anything like that, just your common sense of trying not to kill the companies, we appreciate it.
Right. Is there any plans? I know some people have some shows lined up for May or June or July. Do you have another GCW show?
The next show that we had scheduled, and I knew there was going to be, I had always assumed there would be shows in between Mania and this one, is we have one in Indiana in August at one of my festivals. So it's the first time we're going to be up in Indiana, and that's not until August 21st or 22nd. We've got 2 days of shows then, but I figured we were just going to get till after Mania, and then, where we're going to go for that, because honestly, a lot of things for GCW were changing the week of Mania. We had a lot of new names coming in, a lot of new people debuting, and a lot of just things in general. So, we didn't want to make too many plans before Mania, just in case a lot of storyline changed, a lot of this changed, a lot of that changed. So now I guess we're lucky. I mean, I guess maybe our next show right now is in August. if everything clears up sooner, I mean, we'll get a show going sooner than that. Please, I don't want to wait till August to work, but I mean, until then, we might just be doing the streaming shows from location and stuff like that. The next show that we had coming up was not a GCW show. It was like an everybody that wanted to work coming. We were doing and it's still on. It hasn't been canceled yet. It's called Survival of the Sickest. The show must go on, and we were supposed to stream that everywhere. But other than that, no. I guess we're gonna have to see what everybody does. We're gonna have to see what we're allowed to do, what Tampa allows us to do, when we're allowed to have people in the place. So, no. Really weird, man. It's like nobody. I think also the weird side effect is like even though everybody's out of work and stuff, I think everybody's like taking the last week just to be like decompressed. Like nobody's thought about it. You know, we're like really like okay, we know we got to do something, but because I'll tell you what, it's a very big adrenaline dump coming off of Mania. Like we're gonna do this. Now we're not doing anything. So I think everybody's just like almost like shock. You know. So. I don't know yet. But so in the meantime, we have 2 shows in August in Indiana coming up. That's it so far.
Okay. Hopefully.
Don't go after that. So.
Right. Okay. Well, I know it's a lot to. Everybody's going to be ready to get back on that saddle and get going. I know for me personally, like, even though I was working last week, like, I still took a week to, like, I put all this other YouTube stuff aside. I just detoxed for like a week, and like I took it as an advantage for me just to like clear my mind. I think that's what everybody's kind of doing right now, but I know everybody's going to be ready to jump that gun here anytime soon.
That's another thing. What I don't want is plan like okay, you know, a month. The president says we're going to be out of this in 15 days, so that means April 20th, my birthday. No, I'm not going to do it on 4/20. Or some other day. We're gonna. You know, I don't want to also be the guy that jumps in and we're gonna do this show, and then the week that we do the show, there's 700 other shows going on. You know, hence no one has any attendance anywhere because they're all like that. So I don't want to jump the gun either. I guess we'll probably end up, you know, waiting to see how this plays out, and maybe I don't know if we're even gonna get, you know, if you start, you know, industry. Do we start a new storyline? Do we keep things going the way it was? I don't know. There'd be so much distance in between. You know, I think the last show we had waiting for Mania was December.
Wow.
I think, yeah, something like that. No, maybe a little after that. It's been a while already because we knew, you know, our March and our April show was going to be Mania because it was the last day of March and first day of April. So that took up 2 months right there. So, you know, man, it's so weird. Something you're not usually in music or food or any other entertainment business. You're not used to having like a giant gap. Feel weird.
Yeah, how are you dealing with just being home on a regular basis?
Well, I'll tell you what. I've been self-quarantining for like 4 or 5 years because like I used to be a singer, so we were always out around people. And then I do events, so like when I'm out, I'm around like, you know, my food truck festival is like, dude, sometimes there are over 100,000 people. So I'm like always, when I do go out, there's always people around me. And then when I'm at the wrestling shows, there's always people around. So when I'm not at those things, I'm a homebody, dude. I stay at home. We homeschool our kids. I have 2 daughters. They're young, so I'm doing that. And then we run all the promotion businesses out of my office, which is here at home. So I'm handling it okay, but it's weird because now that they're telling me I have to stay home, now I want to get out. But there's nothing, as a promoter, there's nothing to really promote. Like, we're doing our best to keep, like, you know, funny skits going and stuff like that. Stuff that takes up like an hour of the day, so I don't know.
Time is moving so much slower right now, isn't it?
Man, it's like, I don't know what to do, man. I'm like, man, I'm going through video games like they're water. Like, I'm a Final Fantasy freak, so I've played like 2 Final Fantasy older games, waiting for the new one to come back out, and that's still another days away. It's like, I'm running out of things to do, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Usually the work in between those things fills up the time, and the work in between school fills up time, and filling the time.
Now, one of the matches I saw that you were going to have, and I commented on your Facebook the other day, and I'm really hoping that at some point you're going to make that happen, was the Queen of Crazy, KiLynn King, who I've interviewed here. She's awesome. I see her all over the place, and she was going to have Tessa, right?
Yeah. Horrible. I've never met Tessa personally before. Rios, my book, is a good friend of hers. Excuse me. Well, the thing is that I grew up with the Horseman. I'm a Tully Blanchard fan. That was my favorite Horseman. And now it was the first time I was going to get to have Tessa at one of the biggest shows that we'd ever done. And on top of that, our champions working her, which is KiLynn is forefront now too. She's part of my clique. But on top of that, she's a hard hitting person, man. She's a beast. She'll hurt you. Just like our last champion, Trish Adora, they'll hurt you. I mean, that'd be a badass match, just Tessa and KiLynn alone. And on top of that, you got Diamante in it. Ooh. Diamante, she's been in a lot of GCW shows. She was at our first show also. She'll kill you too, man.
Right.
I don't want to fight Diamante in real life anywhere. That was just gonna be another one of those matches. I'm like, but that one is one that we can definitely, Tessa lives in Mexico, but she works around here constantly, and Dio works around here constantly, so we'll be able to do that one again. A couple of the other ones might not ever happen again. A-Rye's first match back, that probably won't be us anymore. He'll probably end up in AEW or something, so that's good for him. But that match would have, that was Serpentico against Rios versus A-Rye versus Echo Wolf. That thing would have been crazy, And then we had freaking Rios and Serpentico and Psychosis against the freaking Yellow Rebellion. I mean, it's like...
Right, I know, freaking Psychosis, and Serpentico's everywhere. I mean, he's just killing it on the independent scene.
He's going to be on AEW Dark tonight.
Oh.
Might be right now.
Oh.
So,
damn.
No, not Serpentico, as he before.
Ah.
So,
okay.
It's going to be awesome. Dude, just so many matches. I don't know if we'll ever be able to get back again. It's crazy. Because, just for... You move something and they've got 15 other things going on.
Of course, yeah, it all has to, the stars have to align sometimes.
It was the perfect storm of booking. We started booking a long time ago, and it was crazy, man.
Right.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, we're just going to move forward and hope for the good stuff and, go one day at a time and get this thing back up and running. I miss my independent shows. I miss going to the movie theater. I miss a lot of stuff right now. I'm ready to rock and roll, and hopefully...
My Metro brothers didn't get to beat up the Gym Nasty Boys and take all their belts, so I guess frickin' Timmy Lou and White Mike get to frickin' celebrate having belts for a couple more days. Congratulations, boys. Great. Whatever. But I was looking forward to taking all their belts. I wasn't looking forward to having to carry 9 belts for the Metros. I probably would have had to buy some, purchase somebody's help for that, but I was really looking forward to beating the shit out of Gym Nasty Boys and taking all their stuff.
Yeah, I've seen the pictures of them. Exactly how many belts do they have? Do you know?
I think at the moment, I know the Gym Nasty Boys lost one because they suck. But I think they have 4 still, and I think my boys are at 5 or possibly 6 now. So there would have been a 10 belt thing going on at some point. Other than that, I say they suck because they suck. But they're gifted in the ring once in a while. When White Mike isn't missing. But trying to go a yam over or whatever. They got their yams again. But it would have been a fun match. It's not like I've never seen a Gym Nasty Boys Metro Brothers match, but that would have been awesome too, man.
Yeah, I saw the Gym Nasty Boys a couple months in action. They wrestled Joey Ryan and Effie in a tag team match, and it was pretty interesting. It was pretty fun.
Man, Joey Ryan was making his debut with us. Who did we have? We had Priscilla against Jamie Senegal. We had who were we? I forgot now who Joey was wrestling, but we had Joey Ryan. Obviously, Effie was wrestling Priscilla on one of our other cards. Yeah, we had a lot of crazy people coming. We had Alpha Jr. coming. I mean, we had G.O.D. coming, man. Damn it. And I'll tell you what, I'm not going to say who it was just in case we run it back, but G.O.D. was not coming alone as G.O.D. Somebody else from Bullet Club was, in fact, coming with them. Now we don't get to...
It's all right. We'll keep it on the DL just in case it can magically happen again,
Don't get to see Eddie freaking Torres and John Davis against G.O.D. Man, that would have been... Do you understand how epically stiff and awesome that match was going to be? I mean, dude, I can hear the chops from here, man. It would have been great.
Were you planning to stay awake for all 32 hours of this event?
I mean, first off, forefronts in like every match, so obviously I had to be at ringside almost every time. No, yeah, I tell you what, I'm OCD and I don't sleep much as it is, because I have 2 girls and I already didn't sleep much before that. But my last food festival that I had, I think I was awake for like 5 days. So,
okay, so you're no rookie.
The shots from the matches, I look like I'm a zombie at the ringside, but I would have probably been awake for, or had to be, probably. If not, you'll have like spandex running around you and something stupid. Rebecca Wolf drinking all the whiskey. Rio's using all the spray and conditioner. Gotta keep watch. It's a lot of work being the boss.
Yeah, but you do a good job. I really have to compliment you on the last event in February. I've been doing these interviews since about, I want to say August or September last year. I kind of started up doing the whole things. I met Gangrel was the guy who kind of kicked it off for me. Met him. Super.
My first match.
Oh, really?
CW match. The Brute music played.
Yeah.
I was marking it.
Yeah. Super awesome guy. He kind of like got me jump started in doing it. Allowed me to come out to the school. I interviewed him. Interviewed a couple other people. Since then, I've been rolling, and I've met, some good people, some great people, some people I don't care to ever work with again. But I do have to compliment you. Like the day I showed up at your event, we had just met for the first day, and your hospitality, even my girlfriend says to this day, was like second to none. She's like, Gomez, that guy is awesome. She's like, any event, we can always go back. Like, he was so good to us. And
you're always welcome.
No, I appreciate it, man. You treated us so good. You got us our interviews that we wanted. And like, we just had an awesome time at the event. Like, no bullshitting. Like, it was just awesome. The wrestlers were great to us, and we definitely had a great time, and definitely wanted to reach out to you. And, I already told you, whatever I could do to help you plug GCW in the future, like helping the wrestlers, do some promos, going.
That's all I can ever ask, man, is if sometimes you mention GCW, that's all I can ask for, man. We're going to keep doing our thing, and you're always welcome to come and interview anybody you like, man. If it helps them, it's cool.
Right.
I'm really I'll be okay getting my company to where it needs to be, even if it takes years, but like, I really would rather the help getting the workers' names out than I would getting our own name out, and hopefully you'll get to come out and see one of our indoor productions one day instead of it being a outdoor ring, slightly not level, can't have the lights, it was so cold. The day that you came, it was so cold that morning that our smoke machine and our fogger machines and the ones that spray the smoke and stuff, none of them worked because we couldn't get the attachments up, the pressurization down on the attachments to connect any of them. So it's always, outdoor shows are always fun out there. Maybe one day you'll get to come see, good show like that.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, I know here in Florida, it's like you cross your fingers anytime there's an outdoor event. You just never know what can happen. But we did have a lot of sunshine throughout the day. We had a great crowd out there. Good matches. I mean, chocolate. You couldn't ask for much more. We're definitely pumped and ready for the next GCW event. Definitely, Gomez.
Thank you. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
It was fun. It'll happen sooner than later. I'm itching. Ready to do something. Like I said, even if they have to be streamed or something like that, like, we'll get it done.
We'll get it done.
Get her done.
All right, Gomez, is there anything else you want to touch on before we wrap this up?
I always like to say, okay, let me do the promotion first. If you want to look for us online, it's at GCW Wrestling Pro. Or you can just type in Generation Championship Wrestling, Other than that, just always want to tell the people watching or the fans or whatever of us, thank you very much. We can't do anything without you, and hopefully we'll keep getting better, and hopefully we won't have to cancel a show because of a pandemic all the time.
That's what we're hoping for. It's all we can hope for.
Yeah, but make sure to pay attention to the wrestlers and make sure to watch their stuff and go to their YouTube pages because they, like I said, wrestling community has been fighting a lot for the last 2 years to get it back to its, I hate to say glory days, but keep it in mind, keep paying attention so that all that progress isn't killed by one event.
That's for sure.
Anyways, appreciate you, man.
Of course. Thank you so much for your time, Gomez.
Thank you very much. Talk to you later. Anytime you want, man.
No, for sure. We will definitely see you guys, and hopefully everybody that's watching will definitely check out Generation Championship Wrestling. Come out, support your favorite wrestlers. Like, they're going to be hungry. They're going to be ready to go. And we're all ready to go. So everybody's going to be ready to do this thing as soon as...
We'll be ready. It's going to be fun. one.
Yeah, it's going to be masses out there like craziness.
Now it's going to be ready.
Yeah. All right, Gomez, have a great one, brother.
All right, brother. Later.
All right, later.
Subscribe to the channel. Do it. Go now. Do it now.